Yo, yo, yo. This is an episode of the Big Al Podcast. I'm here today updating on the Diddy situation. As you know, he's got 120 cases on him on sexual assault, which they're probably going to drop a whole lot of cases because, now you got everybody coming out the woodwork saying, like, oh, Diddy did this to me or Diddy did that. It could be anything petty to get some money, which a lot of those suits will probably be dropped or go in default. It looks like they're trying to break Diddy. Well, you know the old saying, when you play the game and you break the rules, the punishment has to come on you. And best believe on those tapes, the feds has called whoever's on those tapes or whatever crazy shit that went on those tapes, they probably wanted them to testify. So I was reading today, and I'm going to go ahead and read about Denzel Washington, which I think he's one of the guys don't play that Hollywood political bullshit. Once got on Diddy. When your peers gets on you when they seen something, it's time to stop. Now, everybody was at those P. Diddy parties. It's been going on. It's been throwing parties since the 90s. And I know the Diddy thing is like the hot trending topic, and we're going to keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it because we're going to sensationalize the whole thing. But in the world we living in, this type of shit been going on for a long time. Like, you can be with a bunch of friends, and if you got, money in your pocket, you can basically have people do what you want them to do. Like, for instance, you can have a guy that's probably out here balling, and he can pay, like, hey, I want you to, get you a couple of your girls and get your freak on or do your little freak offs. And that's what they do. And everybody in Hollywood does it. Just damn near you might have like maybe that 5% don't participate in it because it's a ritual thing. That's what they like to do. They like to party, 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 and do whatever sedatus act that they do. And it stands for the higher ups. It could be it was people that's running the music industry and the movie industry. There's a lot of people been quiet since P. Diddy's arrest, and they confiscated those tapes. Now, during the R. Kelly situation, you had everybody named Mama that was in Hollywood speaking on the situation, knowing a lot of those entertainers be with young female counterparts or vice versa, female be with the young man counterparts, because that's what it does. Let me give you an example. If you ever look at the soap operas, and they have storylines about, sometimes they have a storyline about the younger girl liking the older man, and they throw it up in our face for years. They're basically telling us this was going on up in Hollywood, movies, music. They give you and tell you what's going on in Hollywood. It's a shame that with Puffy getting taken down and him being part of hip hop or rap institution, and it's like they're rape and pillaging are hip hop people per se, and it's like they're using and making money off of us. And when we be disobedient, and then they go ahead and put these charges on us. And I'm not saying that Diddy is not guilty. I'm not saying he's guilty. All I'm saying is this: what happens when somebody gets pissed off on the higher ups, or sometimes when you do dirt with other people and you piss them off, and that's what everything comes to a collision per se. And going back to those tapes that Diddy has, I'm pretty sure he knew when they raided the one house he had, they was going to raid the other house. And he never got rid of the tapes. And sometimes you can use those for leverage. And I wonder how long it's going to take for the feds to get in contact with the people on those tapes. Now you have some that's saying that Jay-Z was involved and was in it. You had Jaguar. Let's speak on Jaguar right. Now for years she's been going on social media and YouTube and tell them the evils of the industry. My opinion is this: if you participated in it, you're no better than the people that's going down for getting caught for the crimes, whatever they committed. Now, back on the freak off Puff is having. Now, is it true? Was he sex trafficking? Nobody knows. You can't make a grown person do something they don't want to do. It's like we're going back to his woman Cassie or ex-woman suing him, and he's paid her $30 million or whatever the max amount of dollars, which he should have never done. That was a big mistake. That was like his downfall to what's going on now, because it's not a civil case, it's a criminal case now. It's an ongoing case. So you better believe that she's going to have to go to court and testify. And anybody on those tapes that they talk to, they're going to probably offer them proffer agreements to where they're going to have to testify. They probably have to be like, hey, which the people that's on the tapes, they were doing some motherfucking freaky shit. They ought to just say like, hey, man, look, I was doing some crazy shit on there, and just come out and say it. Because now we live in a world where weird shit is accepted. I don't like it at all, because I don't live by those barriers. You know, I still see things black and white, but they want to have a gray area. So to me, with Puffy going down for his situation, is more to come. And they were saying they had a video of LeBron James said ain't no party like a Diddy party. Nobody knows if you went to the after party. That's why I said like it's not about the parties you do. Everybody spending a party. It's like me going to a party that somebody that I know through, and it's some shit that go down after I leave, because that's what they do at the after party, because that's how the way they get down. And them confiscating all that baby oil. When we making jokes about the baby oil, he's got all that baby oil, and allegedly it could be liquefied drugs in those baby oil for them to take the baby oil, because they had to take it for a reason. They had to take it for evidence, and they're trying to really humiliate Puff, you know. But I didn't see them do that to Harvey Weinstein, that took advantage of women and probably did some fruity shit to man, or we don't know, but it's not scrutinized like the way it is. It's like they didn't try to make him go broke like they're doing with Puff or Kelly. And to me, Hollywood is not for the black man. It's not being racist. It's just not for us, because we have to play a game. It's a game that's got to be played, and it's a shame that it's got to be with a culture of hip hop, which he represents us. I don't care if you're a fan of his or not. To me, all the rappers, they represent the culture, because we make them rich, or we make the record company rich, because we were back in the day buying the CDs, buying the tapes, and now it's streaming now. So you might as well just say that the hip hop and all music is on the auction block, because it's like you stream it and they get paid for it. So if you like it, you play it, and they get whatever, how much money they get, which is not a whole lot. Even if they get 1 million streams, I'm pretty sure they ain't getting a big check for it. I think allegedly, I don't know, but I'm just thinking it's not what monies they will get if they was probably on tour or on record sale if they was like recouped depending how far they are in their contract and their contract languages. But we all got to have a mind of thinking about this situation here. Hollywood is crumbling. It's a downfall, and I think in the upcoming months, it's going to be a lot of celebrities tucking their tails in because of this tape or what's on those tapes. And the people that's like crucified Puffy, there's a lot of y'all that been in them freakoffs. Y'all ain't even rich. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of y'all that did some shit that y'all not proud of. And sometimes when you get used by your oppressor, you're going to do the same thing to the people that's under you. You're going to treat them the same way that you were treated. Like if you were abused by whoever you came up in the game, then when it's your turn to be that person or that star, you're going to do that to others. You're going to treat them like shit because that's the way you were treated. And that's how the way the game goes. So just with the pup situation, just keep that in mind. And you got everybody still, like I said, even when I talk about this at my job, they want to crucify him or whatever, but that's the facts be the facts. It's like what they did to my boy O.J. Simpson. He was guilty before he even went to court or went to trial in public opinion. And even in death, they think he was guilty. When you go to court, and 9 times out of 10, the justice system don't really work for us, but it worked for him. He had the dream team, and he beat the case. So with Puff, you're gonna need a dream team. Johnny Cochran's gone, so you better have the best lawyers that money can buy, or whatever money that you can scrap up. Because I'm pretty sure they're gonna freeze his assets, because that's what they do. The feds do. They want to freeze up everything so you won't have enough money to fight or get the best lawyers. And they put so many cases together, so many cases that even if he can beat majority of them, he's going to get found guilty on a few charges or maybe all of them. But I don't see he get found guilty on all of them because they got to prove of a shadow of a doubt that he did these things to these people. So we just got to keep that in mind. And for all the other entertainers that's out there, come on out with it. If you was at the party, come on out. Like you might have just said it's going to be in the bears because you got to go into the court and testify. So for the victims, for everybody, just hope this whole situation just get put in the rest in a couple years or whatever, and it be all over with. Because hell, he might be sitting down in the jail cell for a couple years before he go to trial. And Suge told people, even Tupac told people about Puff's ways, and he got along with it. Got along with it for a very long time. He got along away with it because he was like the master, and he was the person to put the people in check. But who knows? He probably could have had Big killed. It wasn't nothing that Death Row did, and maybe when he goes to court or in these proceedings that this may all come out. Because there's always been rumors that, Big was leaving and getting a $62 million deal. And without Big, Puff would have never got to where he's at now. So, in essence, he could have had the whole thing set up. I was listening to a Whack 100 Clubhouse, and they were talking on there, and he was like, nobody from the death row camp had nothing to do with the Big's murder. It was all about politics. So when you have a dead rapper, would that produce money? You can make money off somebody's dead because everybody's gonna go back and buy that back catalog. So maybe Puff set the whole thing up. I don't know how you could time it, but Big was caught in a crossfire. And I always said if the people or the LA gangs wanted to kill him, they would have been done it. They would have found out what room he was at, or they would have went to the radio station and got him. Because I'm pretty sure they don't give a damn about no security. They're probably a bug down, but they're going to find you and do what they got to do. So just like a whole lot of revelations. Then, back to this Pac thing about did he get Pac killed? He wasn't there in Vegas, but it's the thing, did he have $1 million check floating around for his demise? And who knows? It all may come out to court. And another interesting topic, his ex-wife Kim Porter, her memoirs, her books, she knows pretty much everything about him, like Gene Deal does, because he, talks about it on every platform. And she had memoirs about him, and maybe in her memoirs that she was going to expose him, being bisexual, which is probably on those tapes is going to prove what kind of freakoffs it was going on in there. Probably Will Smith was in them motherfuckers. Who knows? I don't know. Nobody knows. It's just interesting to see where this whole thing goes. And it's definitely going to be like a soap opera. There's going to be a lot of twists and turns to this whole situation. And let's just hope that hip hop game survives, because I'm pretty sure it's going to be a whole lot of people up in there in those videotapes. It's crazy, 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 man. Crazy. I just want to get on here, touch a little basis, a little news about the situation. And tune in to my pod. Saturday, I got a good episode. We're going to be talking about we're going to really go over the Vince docuseries for you wrestling fans. And I'm going to have a guest with me, live stream. And we're going to discuss it and other topics surrounding the docuseries. So thanks for staying tuned. This is Big Al, your boy. I'm signing off. Peace, love.